Rain hammered the city like a drum roll before execution. Neon bled across the soaked pavement, turning the streets into a river of fractured light. High above the financial district, a data breach had detonated the quiet order of power. Millions were at stake. So were lives. Ethan Cade ran. He burst from the service entrance of a glass tower with a hard drive clutched inside his jacket and 4 armed men fanning out behind him. Sirens wailed in the distance, but they were not coming to help. They were coming to contain. At the curb waited salvation. A graphite gray Aston Martin DBS Superleggera, engine already growling, headlights cutting through the downpour like twin blades. The car crouched low and lethal, a predator disguised as art. Ethan slid behind the wheel, slammed the door, and unleashed 715 horsepower into the wet night. The rear tires screamed against the asphalt before gripping. The Aston surged forward, fishtailing once, then locking into a straight-line missile. Gunfire sparked against the truck. A black SUV lunged from an alley and gave chase, joined by another from the opposite lane. The hunt was on. Ethan threaded the DBS through traffic with surgical precision. Delivery trucks became shields. Yellow lights were invitations. The speedometer climbed past sanity. Water sprayed in violent arcs as the car carved through standing puddles. The V12 roared, a mechanical war cry that echoed between steel and concrete. A tight corner approached too fast. Ethan downshifted. The Aston snapped sideways in a controlled drift, inches from a parked bus, rear end swinging wide before biting hard and launching onto the expressway ramp. One SUV failed to follow, slamming into the barrier in a blossom of sparks and twisted metal. The remaining vehicle stayed relentless, ramming Ethan's rear quarter panel. The impact jolted the chassis, but the DBS held its line, carbon fiber absorbing the violence. Ahead, the unfinished overpass loomed, its final stretch ending in open air above the river. Ethan accelerated. Rain blurred the windshield. The city lights became streaks of white and gold. The SUV gained, desperate and reckless. At the final moment, Ethan swerved onto a narrow maintenance lane barely wide enough for a compact car. The Aston slid through with millimeters to spare. The pursuing SUV clipped the concrete divider at full speed, flipping into the darkness below. Silence returned in fragments, broken only by rain and the steady rumble of the V12. Ethan guided the wounded but unbroken Aston onto an empty pier overlooking the river. The skyline shimmered behind him, unaware of how close it had come to collapse. He stepped out, rain soaking through his jacket, the hard drive still secure against his chest. The engine ticked as it cooled, heat rising like smoke from a battlefield. In the reflection of the black water, man and machine stood together, scarred, relentless, and very much alive.